What up, YouTube? I've been gone for a while because I broke my last light, but I got a new one now, got a whole new setup, and I'm back and I'm ready to talk about Wakanda. All right, so as I'm sure we're all aware of by now, Black Panther is the latest installment in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, and I've been waiting on this one for a while. They had a star-studded cast. You got Chadwick Boseman, you got Michael B. Jordan, Forrest Whitaker, Michonne from Walking Dead, don't know how to pronounce her name, Daniel Kaluuya. I mean, it goes on and on and on and on. But anyway, this is the first movie for the Black Panther, and it's an origin story, but it has enough action in it to keep you engaged. I personally really loved how they broke down Wakanda and how they let you know about the history of the Black Panthers and how they get selected and their powers and how their people are so advanced, yet they show the world that they're a third world country, blah, 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 blah. Now, when I talked to a lot of people, I was getting mixed reviews. Some people said they loved it because it gave the full backstory, and I personally was in that category. Then you had the people who said, it was okay. But it's like I told everybody, if you look at it, out of all the Marvel movies, the only one I thought that was great from jump was Iron Man. Iron Man 1 was amazing, but the first Captain America was a slow burn to me. The first Thor was pretty good, and then, I mean, it just goes on and on and on. The first of all the movies, unless it's a very small character that most people don't know about, like Ant-Man, is typically going to give you a lot of backstory, and it's not going to be as action-packed as Avengers. So Chadwick Boseman stars as Prince T'Challa, aka the Black Panther in this movie. He did an amazing job. They had a huge cast, like I said in the beginning. I think everybody did a great job. Now, Forrest Whitaker plays like the shaman of the village or some high priest or something like that. I'm not really sure what his role was, but I think that his accent was a little forced, but everybody else did great. One of my favorite characters in the movie is his general, Okoye, I think that's how you say her name, but it's Michonne from Walking Dead. And, you know, I always saw in Walking Dead, and I was like, Michonne's an attractive lady, but when I saw her in here with that bald head and that spear and all her badassness, I fell in love. She is easily one of my favorite characters, not only because she's attractive, but because she has some pretty kick-ass scenes in here. Andy Serkis is in this movie, and he plays the villain Claw, and I honestly thought that he was going to be like one of the main villains in this movie. But I mean, he is a big villain, but it's like there's two villains. He's the villain for the first half, and then you have another villain for the second half. And I actually loved him as Claw because he had a whole bunch of humor, and it didn't seem forced, and it really fit. And I just liked this character. He did a great job. The main villain in this movie is Michael B. Jordan, aka Eric Killmonger. And if you ask me, he had the best performance in this movie, period. When he was on screen, he commanded the screen. I mean, I don't care who was on there with him, he killed it. Then on top of that, his little half dread, shaved. I really like the hairstyle. If my hair was short, I'd actually go for it. But everybody did great. It's just that he was probably the best on screen, in my opinion. Now, like I said, this is the first of the series, so they had to give a whole bunch of backstory and a whole bunch of character development. So it's not really just action-packed through and through and through, but I think they sprinkled in enough fights and enough stuff to really keep you engaged throughout the whole movie. So it's not the fastest paced movie, but at the same time, it's definitely not a slow burn. The visual effects in this movie were phenomenal. I mean, a lot of this stuff is green screen because, I mean, it is the technologically advanced civilization of Wakanda, which is a make-believe city in Africa. In this universe. So I think that the visual effects were wonderful. Like when he got to walk through the Great Plains of his ancestors, you got to see the beautiful sky, and you got to see all this high-tech buildings and machines and technology. I think that the visuals in this movie were great. Plus, the Black Panther suit was badass. So to bring everything back around, I think Black Panther was a hit. It had a star-studded cast. It had great visual effects. It had great pacing, in my opinion, with some very badass fight scenes. And I think that it's the start of one of the best Marvel series to date. So with that being said, I definitely got to rate Black Panther movie magic must see. Now, there's been a lot of buzz out here about everyone dressing up and doing all this extra stuff for Black Panther. And they say, oh man, it's just a movie, enjoy the movie. And you know, at first I thought that way too. But then after I sat down and thought about it, I was like, you know, when Harry Potter or Star Wars comes out, people wait in line all night dressed as the characters, and they'll go days like this. So after thinking of it that way, let the people have their Black Panther moment. If they don't dress like Coming to America or a shaman from some village, let them do it. It's a great movie, and we're all just out here to have a great time. So that's it for this one, y'all. If you liked this video and you thought it rocked, like, comment, subscribe to see more from me, Mike Proc. Wakanda forever.